Liars can fool a few, but influencers fool the world.
Who would help me if I ever asked for it, not that I ever would, who agree with my worldviews, but they're being taken seriously because they also have financial means. If they're complete brokies, nobody gives a shit.
So isn't that what a cult is?
And the worst part is that they don't just fool the world, they profit off every single lie. Here are 6 influencers who got exposed in 2024, ranked from straight up wild to totally cringe. Let's kick things off with the one and only Andrew Tate. There are countless videos out there dragging Andrew Tate through the mud for his online antics, but CoffeeZilla recently dropped a savage video.
Andrew Tate is a grifter, alleged human trafficker, and unfortunately, and this is true, a CoffeeZilla fan.
Exposing how Tate went into cryptocurrency by launching his own coin, Daddy Token. But Tate, not too long ago, trashed the entire crypto community, calling them degenerate losers, swearing up and down that he'd never get involved with crypto.
Are you going to launch your own crypto?
No, I'm never gonna launch a crypto. I just like to with crypto Twitter. Because crypto Twitter are full of the biggest degenerate losers on the planet. They're losers. Crypto is the only scenario I can think of where you can make a whole bunch of money while benefiting society zero.
Recently, during a live stream, he openly admitted he's been in crypto for years, even bragging about getting into Bitcoin when it was just $200.
I think it was the first bull run. I can't remember if it was 2016. When did Bitcoin first go to 20,000? Was that 2016?
I feel like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, that bull run. I was in at 3,000 then. And then there was the COVID crash where it went back down to 4,000. And I put a public tweet out saying I'm buying $500,000 at that price.
Really?
Yeah, that's all on my old Twitter. You can see it. And then I'd been in crypto for a while. I've been in Ethereum since $200.
He took it a step further by starting his own cryptocurrency, Daddy Token.
Well, I've made Daddy Coin because I was tired of all these other coins just rugging everybody.
You've created Daddy Coin.
Well, no, somebody else created Daddy Coin, and then I decided to work with him, and I said, but we're gonna have a celebrity coin that doesn't rug and that lasts forever. So my goal with Daddy Coin is to try and create another Doge that lasts 3 or 4 years.
And kicked off not 1, not 2, but 4 separate pump and dump schemes. Now, if you don't know what pump and dumps are, it's an illegal tactic where insiders buy a new cryptocurrency at a low price, hype it up to the public to drive up the price, and then sell off their holdings once the value spikes, leaving everyone else with worthless coins as the price crashes. And Tate admitted that what he was doing was illegal and bad for his public image, but he still pushed forward.
SEC, come from me. I'm in Romania. There ain't no SEC in Romania. We're scammers. We're out here doing what we want. I'm gonna pump a coin up, make 10M. Peel it off.
In the same live stream, he claimed he wasn't doing this for personal gain, but to help his followers make money.
My goal was not just to try and make money quickly or to launch a coin and make money from it. I don't think I've even made any money from Daddy yet.
But while he may not have pocketed the profits directly, his team did. One of his wallets raked in over $245,000 in profits right after these coins were hyped. The crazy part is, Tate's team had a wallet full of funds from sources linked directly to him, showing how deep the manipulation went. It's all about making people believe their participation would drive the success of these investments.
So the real world token is something that I'm going to launch once I get SEC approval because I want it to be a security.
Well, now with Trump and Gensler gone, it's much better news.
That's right. So
you want it to be a security.
I want people to get paid for owning it. So the profits.
So it's nothing to do with a meme coin. It's a utility token.
It's a utility token, and the profits from the school each month will be divided by the token holders. So however much the supply of token you own, you're going to get paid daily or monthly or weekly from the profits of the school.
When in reality, the success of these crypto schemes was all about market manipulation. Luckily, Andrew Tate got exposed for what he truly is. His so-called Daddy token, Daddy, crashed over 40%, and it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. After CoffeeZilla tore into him, revealing how Tate's views on cryptocurrency are as inconsistent as his entire persona, it was clear that Tate had been running a glorified pyramid scheme. It's a good thing he got exposed this way. People deserve to know who they're actually following. Speaking of people deserving to know the truth, the Hawk Tuah girl controversy is another case that had everyone questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Yes, we're talking about Haley Welch, the star of the viral Hawk Tuah meme.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing, you get me?
She could have stopped at the podcast stage. After all, she went from 0 to the 3rd biggest podcast on the internet in record time. But instead of riding that wave, she jumped straight into the deep end with crypto scams.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
And we all know messing with people's money is a fast track to disaster. So here we are, watching as her PR team scrambled to put out a sad deflection with a scripted statement saying, "I take this seriously, will hold the responsible parties accountable, but she is the one responsible, and she can't deflect her way out of this. This girl was handed everything, fame, fortune, even a podcast, and she just blew it by running a crypto scheme. This wasn't just a slip-up, it's a full-blown career crash, and now the fallout is undeniable and people who invested are angry as hell. Now, the lawsuits are rolling in." That's how her crypto venture crashed harder than her reputation, and while Hailey might technically avoid legal consequences, her career is ruined. She's gone from being a meme to a full-on lesson for others. It's one thing when influencers are begging for handouts, but when those so-called gurus, the ones everyone looks up to, get exposed, that hits differently. We're talking about none other than Iman Gadzhi.
Iman Gadzhi doesn't want you to peek behind his polished curtain. He hides behind the highest quality video production, editing, and carefully crafted words.
The more you're cognizant, the more that you're cognizant and you're aware of, the more
Iman Gadzhi has been blowing up online for the past few years, flexing his insane watch collection and living the high life. But honestly, it's nothing compared to Andrew Tate's in-your-face flexing. Iman actually seems to be the protege Tate never had. He used the same marketing tricks, went after the same audience, and made a ton of money doing it, but the results were totally different. Tate went full villain, becoming public enemy #1 and a cult leader for his followers, while Iman quietly built his empire, flying under the radar. But 2024 was only the start of every scumbag influencer's worst nightmare. A YouTuber called Spencer Cornelia dropped a bomb on Iman. He called out the guy for being less of a guru and more of a smooth talker. Cornelia tore apart Iman's rags to riches story, exposing some shady details about his upbringing.
A major component of his sales pitch is that he had a tough life growing up.
I'm an only child and I just had a difficult upbringing.
Apparently, Iman Gadzhi wasn't some broke kid from the streets. He went to a private school, funded by his wealthy stepdad.
Eventually she moved over there and took me with her, and my stepdad, it was this fairy tale. My stepdad was quite wealthy, so he put me into private school, expensive private school. So as I said, this is literally like a fairy tale.
And don't even get us started on his marketing agency, IAG Media. Gadzhi says it's a goldmine, but Spencer's out here suggesting it's not all it's cracked up to be.
One of his businesses, named IAG Online Services, was incorporated in 2018. Here's the certificate showing January 31, 2018 as the official start date. This is the balance sheet for 2023 that shows the company as having only $177,000 in assets.
Iman also tried his hand in the NFT world with the Gents Croquet Club GCC.
What are you excited about right now?
Definitely GCC.
Which was supposed to be this big, lucrative project. Yeah, that didn't go as planned.
Gentlemen, I'm just gonna have a very open and honest conversation with you guys today. The things that I've seen in the NFT world, I never thought I would see in the world of business in my entire life.
People were pissed, and to make matters worse, Iman Gadzhi ghosted them.
Iman broke his word, period. Going back to that marketing message, this is the NFT that you will never sell. You will never flip it. I really felt that he broke the trust, that he was not a man of his word. My biggest beef really is that you can't be a lifetime member and keep the NFT at the same time too. Because for me, that is sketch. I was scammed.
Not exactly the role model you're looking for, and that's not the only thing. There is another brutal TikTok video exposing him, which has nearly 350,000 likes and straight truth.
And I want to discuss the dark marketing tactics, the evil, borderline criminal marketing tactics that this individual has used to successfully scam the internet, create a false perception of reality, and con his way to being a multimillionaire. So Iman Gadzhi is basically one of these financial influencers, if we want to be polite in referring to him as that, who has basically sold a lifestyle to his followers that we know is not really attainable or realistic for the average person, and has presented this idea that the gateway to that lifestyle is by purchasing courses through him as someone who has been positioned, falsely of course, as an expert in the field of social media marketing and of building agencies. And the biggest scam is that he has quite literally never ran a successful agency in his entire life. The agencies that he has run, he's run into the ground and has failed at that. And the actual way and the means by which he has achieved this obscenely wealthy lifestyle has actually been through selling courses based on this lie.
The video goes deep, exposing him as possibly one of the most successful scam artists in social media history. Let's move on to one of the fakest trends on social media, beauty influencers. We're talking about Michaela Nogueira, the so-called beauty guru who rose to fame in 2020 with her transformation videos that honestly are just catfish content dressed up as glam. Michaela found herself tangled in even more mess, stuff that frankly she could have avoided if she weren't constantly digging her own grave. The girl has a knack for finding herself in situations where it's almost too easy for people to call her out, from faking accents.
Kim Kardashian had this absolutely stunning, sexy look at the Met Gala,
to altering her body to fit a certain look. She's already pissed off a ton of people, and the countless times she's been dragged for not disclosing ads or being shady with sponsorships. But in 2024, she really outdid herself. Michaela made promises she had zero intention of keeping, and it's not even new. Matthew, a small business owner, shared how Michaela promised him over and over again in 2023 that she'd review his products.
Thinking who's the most important person in the beauty space, and of course that's Michaela. So my dream manifestation right now would be to send Michaela her own custom bottle of Illusion Bronze for her to review,
leading him to believe he needed to invest big bucks into stocking up. But after all those empty promises, Michaela never bothered to post the video. Instead, she left Matthew hanging, and the drama exploded in a way that made her look like a complete hypocrite.
Not only did she lie when she said she was posting a review the next day, but she lied to me pretending she even used it at all. Like, why not just say I didn't get a chance to use it? Why are you saying I slept in it and I love it?
So, what went down? Well, Matthew, the small business owner, made a video explaining how Michaela made all these promises to him last year. She told him she'd review his brand, making him believe he needed to spend a ton of money to stock up. But after promising him multiple times, she never bothered to make the video.
Yes, I am $10,000 in debt because of her lies.
And just 4 days after asking Michaela for help, she ended up reviewing the competitor's product. Not exactly a coincidence, right?
I'm super fucking pissed about this right now, and I'm trying to convince myself that it's a coincidence, even though I'm someone who does not believe in coincidences. As you can see, Michaela posted this video 6 hours ago. Well, 4 days ago, as you see below, I posted a video directed at Michaela that has 80 comments tagging Michaela in them. Why is she reviewing this random tanning brand months and months and months after it came out, 4 days after I told her about my tanning brand and how this multi-million-dollar company was ripping me off?
Matthew's video got over 18,000 comments, with many people calling Michaela out for not reviewing his product as promised. Michaela, of course, responded with her own TikTok, saying Matthew was a really nice guy, but that it was unfortunate he had aired their drama. Michaela also said she tried to keep Matthew in the loop, but admitted she shouldn't have promised to review the product on days when she didn't have the time.
Michaela DM'd me the next morning and said it was an absolute coincidence. It would never be my intention to hurt a small business. She said, I think I actually have your tanner. Regardless, when I get home, I will make my purchase and try your tanner ASAP.
A lot of influencers these days, especially from the new generation of TikTok stars, seem to think they're entitled to everything. That's exactly what happened when one influencer got married and thought she was entitled to a username on Instagram, even though it was already taken.
A small influencer from New York is married into a billionaire family and is now harassing someone online for their Instagram handle.
What?
Katherine Asplundh.
Who is Katherine Asplundh? Katherine, who was originally Katherine Driscoll, is a small-time influencer in her 20s from New Jersey and has around 80,000 followers on TikTok. Her content is typical influencer stuff, travel vlogs, day-in-the-life videos, and a lot of wedding prep. Nothing groundbreaking, really. Now, what did Katherine do? Katherine married a guy named Cabot Asplundh in Palm Beach, Florida. Cabot is the heir to the Asplundh Tree Expert Company. But nothing too strange about the wedding itself, but things got ugly a few days later. An anonymous Reddit user posted screenshots showing Katherine trying to bully someone into giving up their Instagram handle, which just happened to match her new married name. The conversation started innocently enough with Katherine reaching out, offering to buy the handle, but quickly turned hostile when the other person refused. Katherine then accused the woman of using a fake name and demanded proof of her identity, claiming she and her new husband were reporting her to Instagram for fraud. Once the screenshots made their way online, Katherine became the subject of intense backlash. To make matters worse, someone dug up an old video where Katherine mocked women who immediately changed their last name on Instagram, claiming she'd wait a few months.
Something else that low-key bothers me is when girls get married and it's not even like 10 minutes after they're like do their vows, like they're like, oh, go on my Instagram, let me change my last name already. I'm probably gonna wait a couple months. I don't know. I just think it's like a little bit a lot when I see girls change it, like before I even knew they were fucking married. Like, chill.
As for Katherine herself, she deactivated the Instagram account at Katherine Drisk, which is now back up and running. And this, guys, is how embarrassingly entitled influencers get. We are talking about Marlena Velez, a content creator who was out there pushing the whole buy more, be more agenda, constantly posting Amazon and Target hauls like her life depended on it. Yeah, that content that looks harmless but actually encourages mindless consumption. Marlena's social media was flooded with these shopping videos, and it's no surprise why those haul videos rake in views. But a lot of influencers, including Marlena, don't have the cash to keep up with the fake rich lifestyle they're selling. Marlena went from posting about her latest Target finds to getting arrested for stealing from Target.
TikToker Marlena Velez has been arrested again for stealing Target haul items.
She was caught lifting products, and it wasn't a small shoplift either. She had been stealing items worth hundreds. The whole thing exploded online. Her follower count went from 200,000 to almost 400,000 overnight, all because she got busted for being a complete fraud. People started waking up to the fact that everything she presented was a lie, a carefully constructed facade to make her look like someone she wasn't. It's clear that in 2024, some influencers not only failed to live up to the expectations they set for themselves, but also exposed the dark side of their fake-ass public images. The year of exposure is a wake-up call for anyone who blindly follows these so-called influencers, reminding us all that not everything that glitters online is gold.